Nike struck absolute gold when they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal. So why in the world are they ignoring her?
You wouldn't believe it. Nike has finally broken their Caitlin Clark silence, but not before Adidas.
And with that, Nike has not done one thing to promote her. We have not seen any commercials, we have not seen any ads, we have not seen any Caitlin Clark merchandise, and we for sure as hell have not seen any Caitlin Clark signature shoes.
Adidas was miles ahead in congratulating Clark on her Rookie of the Year success.
It's like, wow, Caitlin Clark comes out of Iowa, and I started saying after her junior year in college, like, hey, man, she's the biggest star in college sports. And then after what she did at Iowa her senior year, I started saying, hey, I think she's going to be the biggest star in sports.
What a first season. Congratulations to Caitlin Clark, the 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year.
And we've never seen this. This is a woman in America that is going to dwarf the men in terms of popularity and influence, driving. We haven't seen this since Tiger Woods.
Nike's ugly shirt for Caitlin Clark's ROI award sold out in 50 minutes. That's what Nike awarded Caitlin for her record-breaking first WNBA season.
The WNBA's never had anything. Nothing. Cheryl Miller couldn't really move the needle. Candace Parker couldn't really move the needle. Now they have this woman.
A t-shirt. That's it. Nothing was said about her own shoes, while A'ja Wilson has been awarded promotions and is the heart of Nike's WNBA push.
And she's made the WNBA relevant. And I'm like, why isn't she being promoted? And how did Nike get her at such a reasonable, wasn't it a 22 or 32?
$28 million
over 8 years. I'm like, that doesn't add up to me.
Even though it was just a simple shirt featuring Caitlin's records, it sold out in 50 minutes. Remarkably, that shirt only took 5 minutes to produce, yet it broke sales records, outperforming anything A'ja Wilson has achieved for Nike.
I think some of this might be a little bit of revisionist history. Going into we all sat here and argued that she should go back to Iowa.
Yeah.
Because she would die and get swallowed up in the WNBA and everybody would stop watching her. That's when Nike struck.
How can Nike create such a basic shirt after an incredible season? If Caitlin were with Adidas, she probably would have already had her own shoe and it would be sold out everywhere.
I think they got this well before she was showing triple, quadruple the ratings of other WNBA games.
So far, Nike has released 0 products featuring Caitlin Clark since signing her.
I thought like, hey, this will be over with after college, and said so on this show. And my memory, and it could be wrong, but within 72 to what's 72 times 86, 96 hours? Is it 24 times 7 plus 20, 96? Within 4 days, I'm telling you, I think I had pivoted to, I think I
definitely pivoted after the WNBA draft. For sure you were pivoted by then, so it was before there was a game.
Okay.
In the sports world, few athletes stir as much debate as Caitlin Clark.
It wasn't a long process of me going, hey, I think this will be over, to, holy cow, this woman's going to be the biggest star in sports, and I'm not Nike. They're experts at this.
The young basketball sensation who has made a significant impact.
They were able to see, and again, you weren't around at this time, but it's like when Michael Jordan left North Carolina, it's not just his size that 2 centers went ahead of him. No one fully understood what he was going to be in the NBA. And there's a guy at Nike that they made the movie about that Matt Damon played or whatever. Sonny Vaccaro, thank you.
The Iowa star has broken records, drawn comparisons to legends, and emerged as the face of women's basketball, even in her rookie season. However, despite her remarkable accomplishments on the court, Clark's relationship with Nike and the WNBA has been complicated and at times frustrating.
And make people get subscriptions instead of me just reading your stuff out loud. But back when Nike stock was around its all-time high, I wrote a 5,000-word essay on the corporation's awkwardly angry play for female customers. At the time I wrote it back in 2021, I couldn't foresee that the mega corp would sign history's biggest women's college basketball phenom in 2022. How fortuitous. I also couldn't foresee that this player would maintain the fame momentum through her interest into the WNBA. where she'd finish all first team as a rookie, and who could have predicted her games would average more than 1 million viewers, contrasted against the games of other players that would register 300K. Road arenas packed where she goes, crowds of girls wearing her jerseys. Nike signed her through 8 years at a cheap rate. You tell me that, and I assume Nike's doing fantastic in 2024 because it sounds like you're describing a billion-dollar athlete who suddenly appeals to previously unreached demos. The apparel behemoth has majority male customers and has long craved similar success with women. Fortunately, they signed the woman to build a brand around.
Nike, known for supporting top athletes, has surprisingly downplayed Clark's success, instead choosing to promote other players.
It's pretty cool. It's got I feel like it's Fever, but it's also Iowa, so you get the best of both worlds. I have another one that you'll probably see me wear later on that is even more Fever, so just wait for that one. But yeah, you got the yellow. They look a little similar to the Bruce Lees that I wear, but like still different. I like the gold swoosh. It's the black and yellow. You can't go wrong. It's just the best color. Honestly, I didn't design these ones. I just said, yes, I love them. Please give them to me. So they do their job. They do it really well. So they're pretty cool.
His signature shoe in his rookie season. When can we expect yours to come?
I don't make those decisions, so you have to wait and see.
Adidas has been quick to embrace Caitlin Clark, especially with Billie Jean King, a sports icon and Adidas ambassador, recently praising her for an outstanding season and Rookie of the Year win.
If and when Caitlin gets her own shoe, can we expect you to wear it?
For sure, anything for C-Squared. She better give me all the colors I want, though.
Has she given you any hints as to what it might be like? Anything?
No, not at all. But I'm sure that when it comes out, she's gonna make sure that we kind of get an experience of it. That's just the kind of person she is. So I can expect once she establishes what she wants to do and how it goes, we'll be the first people to see it. I hope.
This endorsement came when Nike, Clark's official sponsor, had yet to fully recognize her achievements.
Yeah, obviously, Nike's been a tremendous partner and was a partner of mine through college, and deciding what I wanted to do professionally. That's just the brand that I always wore as a kid. So being able to be with them is a dream, and something I don't take lightly. And I'm not giving any teasers though. I don't do that. So wait and see. I don't know. And who knows? Maybe it'll come. Maybe it won't come. I don't know. Who knows?
King's support highlights Clark's significant impact in the sport. Meanwhile, Nike faces criticism for not fully backing Clark while promoting other WNBA athletes.
Caitlin Clark continues to set the bar when it comes to her impact on female athletics. She's got one of the hottest selling jerseys in sports, y'all, according to Fanatics, led by the one and only Michael Rubin. Clark's Indiana Fever jersey is apparently sold out in all sizes. It was rumored that she actually outsold Dallas Cowboy jerseys, although that hasn't been entirely confirmed, of course, because that would be a feat. But in addition to the jersey sales, Clark now has an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike that will include her own signature shoe. The deal is the richest sponsorship contract for a women's basketball player. She deserves it!
Particularly Aja Wilson. Although Wilson is an exceptional player, Clark's popularity surpasses that of nearly all her peers.
I do agree with the sentiment. It's really the confluence of a lot of positive things coming together on the business side, on the basketball side, and it's the rise of women's sport. It's Caitlin and others, Angel Reese, that big rivalry coming out of last year's national championship. So this generational talent, they have big followings on social media, increased media attention with ESPN and ABC, and our asset values are going up. And, we raised that capital about 1.5 years ago.
Despite this, Nike has been slow to acknowledge her talent, while Adidas seems to have recognized her potential much earlier, aligning with a player many see as the future of women's basketball.
You gotta also expect everywhere that Caitlin Clark goes, she is going to get a little bit extra from the other team. And it is because how much we've put her sort of on this pedestal, right? So you know you're gonna get a little extra. You know you're going to get a little extra from the other team, clamping down.
Billie Jean King, a longtime advocate for equality in sports, didn't hold back in her praise for Caitlin Clark.
Kinsey, can you believe the hostility this girl is facing for the crime of getting people interested in the WNBA? You'd think the players in particular would be grateful.
Yeah, I think Kennedy Carter just proved that she's as trashy as her mama spelled her name. And to dramatically recreate Charles Barkley's rant, y'all petty. He said, you women out there, y'all petty, man. He said, these girls are hating on Caitlin Clark. They should be thanking her for getting them on private charters, all the money and visibility she's bringing to the WNBA, what she's accomplished. He said, give her flowers and stop being petty. And he even thanked her for bringing all of this new money and shine to the WNBA, something that you and I would never be talking about typically.
She highlighted Clark's dedication, record-breaking performances, and undeniable impact on the game.
Well, let me clarify first, because it's proxy season, right? No CEO do you just put the base pay in there. You put their bonus, you put their stock options, you put everything. Caitlin has the ability to make up to $500,000 just in WNBA wages this year. So, of course, they're just looking at a base which is collectively bargained. And actually, it's low because she's the #1 pick. She'll make a little more than that. But she also has millions and millions of dollars of endorsements. She's actually, because she declared to become pro, her endorsements are higher in dollar value. She has a global platform now, not just a U.S. platform. So she's going to do just fine, as will the top players in the league, as every league does.
For King, it wasn't just about the Rookie of the Year title or the numerous accolades. It was about Clark's genuine passion and love for basketball that shines through every time she plays. Clark's win was not only a testament to her skill, but also a moment of validation. Throughout her rookie season, she faced tough competition and unexpected neglect from Nike, her own sponsor. Nike has primarily focused on Aja Wilson, another incredible player. Wilson is undeniably a remarkable talent. She's a multi-time MVP, a WNBA champion, and a dominant presence in the league. However, Caitlin Clark has emerged as the new face of women's basketball due to her impressive performances and her ability to connect with fans. Clark outsells nearly every player in the league, including Wilson. Her jerseys are in high demand, and her games attract substantial viewership. So why does Nike continue to prioritize Wilson when it's clear that Clark is the bigger draw? It's a question that fans and analysts have been pondering. While Aja Wilson has earned her fair share of accolades, her merchandise sales and marketability simply don't match Caitlin Clark's. Fans have noticed this gap, and it's become a topic of discussion. Clark's appeal goes beyond just hardcore basketball fans. She has captured the hearts of casual viewers, young girls aspiring to play like her, and even those who previously overlooked women's sports. Her gameplay is thrilling, and her potential to elevate the WNBA is enormous. Caitlin Clark's rookie season has been historic. She didn't just play well, she completely dominated her opponents. Her exceptional shooting ability, precise passing, and leadership on the court make her stand out like a seasoned pro. But her impact goes beyond personal achievements. She has brought excitement and attention to the WNBA. Clark is exactly the kind of player the league needs to attract more viewers and expand its audience. Strangely, the WNBA has been slow to fully recognize Caitlin Clark as the face of the league. Although her Rookie of the Year win was leaked over a week ago, the official announcement just came, and she didn't even receive a unanimous vote. This delay has raised questions about why the league isn't taking advantage of Clark's rising star. For many, it feels like there's a reluctance to acknowledge that a 22-year-old from Iowa is now tied to the future of the league. Caitlin Clark is poised to elevate the WNBA to new heights. However, both the league and Nike appear hesitant to fully support her, which is puzzling. For now, all eyes are on Clark, but it remains uncertain if the organizations meant to uplift her will finally recognize her potential. The backlash against Clark isn't a new phenomenon, but the fact that it's coming from Nike, a major player in sports apparel, has left many fans confused. Despite her undeniable success and marketability, Clark has faced ongoing criticism and negativity. This situation seems to go beyond regular scrutiny. It feels more personal. Caitlin Clark is shaking up women's basketball, and not everyone is comfortable with it. In her rookie season, she's broken records and gained significant attention, establishing herself as a trailblazer. However, it's puzzling that Nike, a brand known for celebrating excellence, seems to overlook her achievements while spotlighting other athletes who aren't making the same impact on or off the court. This situation highlights layers of bias and jealousy that may be at play in how her success is perceived. Nike's hesitation to fully support Caitlin Clark is surprising, especially considering their history of partnering with game changers like Michael Jordan and Serena Williams. Clark is undeniably making making waves in women's basketball, breaking rookie records and attracting much-needed viewership. Yet Nike seems to prioritize promoting other athletes like Aja Wilson instead of highlighting Clark's impressive rise. Finally, a brand is recognizing Caitlin Clark's achievements. Adidas, through ambassadors like Billie Jean King, has praised her incredible talent and groundbreaking rookie season. It's refreshing to see this acknowledgement, especially since Nike seems to overlook her for reasons that aren't clear. Clark is under an 8-year, $28 million deal with Nike, which now appears to be a bargain given her rising market value. Despite this contract, Nike has been slow to promote her as a superstar, frustrating fans who wonder why she hasn't received the spotlight she deserves. The drop in viewership and attendance after her playoff exit shows just how much fans want to see her play, yet the WNBA seems hesitant to fully embrace her as their new star, leaving many confused and disappointed about the league's direction. Caitlin Clark's influence extends far beyond her performance on the court. She has emerged as a cultural icon, and whether the WNBA acknowledges it or not, she represents the league's future. Clark has become a powerful symbol for women's basketball, embodying its potential and growth. Caitlin Clark is now enjoying a well-earned break after a demanding WNBA season filled with personal achievements and challenges. As she takes this time to recharge, many wonder what the league will look like when she returns. Will the WNBA finally recognize her as the superstar she is? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. Caitlin Clark is here to stay. Her impact on the league, ability to attract fans, and undeniable talent make her a significant force. Meanwhile, Adidas is eager to acknowledge her greatness. Brands thrive on aligning with winners, and Adidas sees Clark as one of the brightest stars in the sport. Whether Nike embraces it or not, Caitlin Clark's moment has arrived. Fans are excited as shown by rising viewership and merchandise sales. It's time for everyone to treat her like the superstar she truly is.
W thinks that they don't have to pay us more in order for us to be here. And I think I didn't express that when I first talked about prioritization,
This could lead to a wave of talent moving overseas as they seek better opportunities.
It's going to be nice, though, I think, getting out of the spotlight and just getting to live my life and do things that I want to do and, not have to sit and I love talking to all of you, but it's going to be nice to not have to sit in front of a microphone, multiple times a week. I really appreciate all of you, but it will be nice to kind of get away and relax for a little bit. And I appreciate everything you all do as well, so I thank you.
What does this mean for the WNBA?
With the WNBA season ending for many teams, there are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off season. But with all of the drama currently surrounding the WNBA, on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll even return.
It's not just about losing one player. It could signal a larger trend of talent leaving the league.
Our commissioner talked about us being able to, make $700,000. That's not true at all. There's not one player who makes that.
Clark's choice is prompting everyone to examine the situation closely. Are players really being compensated fairly?
And we were promised, team marketing agreements and league marketing agreements, but they've fallen quite short. So it's still not enough for us international players to want to stay here. And that's a choice of the players. If I make a choice to make more money and whatever, and then...
This raises important questions about the league's future and how it values its athletes.
Teams are mad that I don't come back, but that's how it is. So yes, it just, the WNBA, if you want us to be here, you have to pay us more. It's business, it's how it works, and that's all that means.
Can you believe what's going on in women's basketball right now? Caitlin Clark's exit is shaking up the WNBA like never before.
Here's all you need to know about Caitlin Clark. When we would go to away games, they always sold out. Unbelievable. So Atlanta would normally have 3,000, 4,000 people. Now they have 17,000 people, and they sold 1,000 standing room only tickets.
We've seen the incredible effects she had on viewership, ticket sales, and merchandise.
So when we walked into the arena, people were on that third balcony looking down at the tops of our players' heads to watch.
Now, her departure is revealing some serious problems within the league.
It's really hard to take in. After a few away games, and all of the sellouts, Caitlin asked the WNBA if they would pay spot bonuses to the away team players.
This isn't just about one player moving on. It's about the future of women's basketball.
She said, we're making all this new revenue, and I would like the away team to benefit from that. Could they get a spot bonus?